Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing paid review 22QA13. This here is a paid review for a very interesting guy. He's a lawyer and he's looking at getting an Vasher and Constantine overseas quick wristwatch check Rolex Explorer 2 42 mil. Arch, I just sent you 50 US via PayPal from this email address. Hopefully that goes towards the Pepsi for your 50th. I stumbled across your channel a few months ago when I was first researching watches. I made my mistakes in the beginning by buying a few watches that you saw as Scheiders, entry-level Tudor 1926, Longines Conquest, Hamilton Jazzmeister, all on the grey market. I'm sure I will lose money on them, but I enjoy them, and at least I discovered the Pontiff before spending big money on a wristwatch, and the damage has been mitigated. After watching videos of a certain YouTubers which will remain unnamed, I actually researching whether to buy a Squale diver last year. Fortunately, before pulling the trigger, I searched YouTube reviews and your video about Squale came up. That is how I discovered your channel. I found it very funny, but I actually took the message to heart and realized that would have been a terrible purchase. Oh, the shame I would have brought myself and family if I had not discovered the Pontiff and purchased that rancid timepiece. So I owe you at least 50 bucks for the save on that one, man. I'm in my mid-40s and single. I have achieved everyday millionaire status. Your video series on that was hilarious. I laughed out loud when you said, but hey, he didn't sign paperwork, so no bigamy was committed. But along with the humor and self-depreciating aspects of your channel, I do view you as a true expert on the wristwatch market and valuation of watches. Your recent video about Rolex being bearer bonds in this economy with central bank money is spot on. Central bank printing money is spot on. This brings me to the question for what I seek your advice. I am considering my first big boy watch purchase. I have researched this one to death. Honestly, for me, I've always been a bit against the grain type of person. I don't really care about brand recognition. I really love the Vasher and Constantine overseas silver dial steel men's 47040. I like the design of this piece more than the current style of the overseas. I am looking for a steel sports watch I can wear 2 to 3 days a week with a suit or casual attire and the occasional weekend special occasion. While if it were a normal market and I could walk in and buy a Rolex from an AD at retail, I may have gone this route before dipping the toe into the Holy Trinity. But I would rather this piece for 14,000 US than the 10,000 plus for a Rolex Steel Sports. After watching your videos and learning about pre-owned, I've determined to go this route. There is another company. He gave me this company. I'd never heard of them, but they've been around. My question I'd like to ask is this. Number one, I'm buying this watch. More for personal enjoyment and reward for hard work and life accomplishments than investment. Although I don't want to completely lose my shirt, it looks like it can be had for about $14,500 US. I assume I can haggle down a bit. When I run this watch through the Chrono 24 valuation, it comes up at over 16. If I could get this watch, I could keep it for 10 years and sell it for 10,000 and more. I'd be happy as a clam. While I am middle class, I just hit the everyday millionaire status earlier this year. I do have the money to pay cash for the watch without impacting my retirement or savings goals. I have no debt other than my home, which I owe about 50% on the value of the mortgage. I live below my means in terms of home. I have car. I've driven Mazdas Mazdas for over 10 years, clothing, etc. In your opinion, is owning this piece for 10 years paying 1k or so less for service and getting at least 10,000 out of it an unreasonable assumption? Okie dokie. Now, okay, then he's okay. So let's answer that first thing. The funny thing is, he sent this to me January 4. I made this video here 28th, 29th of January. Guess what? All the 4 Vacherons this dealer had gone, sold out. It was a Gen 2 3-hander, white face, steel Vacheron overseas. The price, the ball has left the gate. They've already exploded. I'm sorry. I took a couple weeks to come back because of personal issues, and it's gone. All the stock is gone. What do I think? Well, you know what? That's what's the madness. It's absolute madness that is happening in this economy. My advice, I actually rang this gentleman and said, my advice to you, buy a Rolex. I said, Vacheron's a great watch. They're delicate, very delicate. The steel is nowhere near as strong as Rolex steel. I said to him, get a Rolex. If you want a Rolex sub, get a sub. You want an Explorer or a GMT? If you want a GMT function, get an Explorer. You want a no date, wind and wear, Milgauss. That's what I said to him. Millie. He liked my watches I have. So I got to tell you, man, unfortunately the horse is bolted. My advice is, unfortunately, you've missed the VC rush. It's gone. It's gone. It's a balloon. It's just gone off. Get the Rolex. Get a Rolex. Be done. Don't be flipping. Don't get a compromise like a 36 mil Datejust. Get the sub. If you want a sub, get a sub. Get the one you want. That's the best thing you can do. And I got to tell you, the Vacheron is actually a bitch to service. Richemont and Vacheron, expensive. It's a premium brand, premium. So I honestly would say to you, get Steel Sports Rolex. And I told him this in the phone call. Do you have any experience on this online seller? It was Swiss Watch Expo. What was it? It was, yeah, Swiss Watch. I'd never dealt with them. I had seen their advertisements before. I've seen their stock. No idea. Never dealt with them. I'm sorry, but I do recommend David SW. If you want newish type Rolex, David SW. David SW. Okie dokie. If you think it might be worth pursuing, which 4? Okay, so all of those have sold out. There's none left. They're all gone. Sorry, they've gone. While I have several hours from Atlanta, good friend a few minutes away. He's going to go there. Well, that's all gone. It's all gone. That watch sold out. So I said to him, what would I do? Get a Vacheron? Look, when the Vacherons, it was a Gen 2. But people didn't like the Gen 2. I actually did quite like them. Unfortunately, the horse has bolted. It's bolted. I am really sorry. Can you believe that? That's how bad it is. He sent it early January. And by the time I responded, guess what? It's gone. Gonski. Absolutely Gonski. Absolutely Gonski. So there's nothing I can really say about that. I am terribly sorry. I took a while to get to it. The horse is bolted. Would I buy a VC? Not at the premium. I'd probably say to you now, okay, they're high Rolex Steel Sports because it's going to be more durable for everyday use. The servicing will be much more cost effective. It's going to be more utilitarian, more usable. Get the Rolex. Go to someone like David SW, pay the price, and you're done. Where you're going to make money in this hobby is where people make mistakes is they come in and they get a compromise. The sub's too expensive, so they end up buying a 36 mil Datejust. And then it's never quite happy. They trade it, do this, and that's where they lose a lot of money. Bite the bullet, and say, right, I'm going to pay it, and just keep it. That's it. That is what the way to win is. Now, the beautiful thing with Rolex is quite reasonable to service, quite reasonable to upkeep, quite reasonable. Look after it, wear it, you will enjoy it. You'll basically have free ownership, because when you sell it, if you do sell it, you'll basically get your money back. So it's like a free use of it. That is my advice. Unfortunately, by the time this request came in and when I answered it, the Vacheron overseas market had exploded. Bang! So I am really sorry about that, but I'd probably go Rolex anyhow, because more durable, less expensive. See, the problem is, the Vacheron is like driving a Maserati Ghibli around. Yes, it's more exotic than a BMW or a Mercedes, but the servicing will be a killer. Absolutely expensive, and that's the same thing. Personally, I would have still said go Rolex. That's my opinion. More heavy duty, more well-wearing watches. Okay, guys. So that was my advice. Buy the steel sports you want, Rolex. And I know I'd go to a dealer like David SW, and you will have a great experience. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments, good, bad, otherwise. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. I desperately need more paid reviews. I desperately need more paid reviews. Please, 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 please get a paid review done. And get a paid review done. And get a paid review done, and it'll keep me full-time on YouTube, because I can't survive on Google Ads. See you in the next one. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US. Look down in the description. $50 US. I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube, because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap, because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon. Look down below, and I will see you in the next one.